We're talking with Brad Bell from Tecmo Bowl versus RBI.com. And you say versus RBI, so we know you play it a little bit. Cole, we ran through the rosters the other day, and he can pretty much get 7 out of 9. Especially, what amazed me is he knew homers and average, which was boggled. He's like the Rain Man to me of RBI baseball. But he admits that he is not as good at RBI baseball because there's more user
user options. You can make more happen on your own, basically because you pitch and you can move the pitches around. Whereas Tecmo Bowl, I hate to say it, I think there's less strategy involved in Tecmo Bowl. There's less user skill involved in Tecmo Bowl. I'll say that.
Yeah, I heard your segment about 645, and you were correct. Tecmo's more strategically based, and RBI is a numbers game. RBI is all about the batter and pitcher sequence. And, you make 1 or 2 mistakes pitching, and that's going to cost you the game. As to where Tecmo Bowl, if I make a dumb call on a third down, in the second quarter, I can probably recover from that. So, certainly, I totally agree with you there.
And I can tell you, the biggest mistake that I made, Brad, growing up as a kid, and I look back on this now and I wish we wouldn't have done it, but the kids in my apartment complex, we played RBI like crazy, and we decided that we were going to go to what we call pipe pitch. And you could change speed, you could throw the wobble pitch, but basically you're throwing it right down the middle. Because we just want to play home run derby for the most part. So it diminished my skill set as far as pitching in RBI.
Oh, yeah, I could see that, sure.
So
now, was there any curve, or did you just...
Well, we played that sometimes, but I'm saying the most of the time we played pipe pitch right down the middle. So
okay, sure, straight pitch, sure.
Well, maybe
that will throw you off.
Maybe you can answer this. We saw somewhere this guy had set the world record for RBI baseball with I think it was a 40-run or a 60-run.
63-0, something like that.
60-run win or something like that. And the confusion broke out because the way we remembered it was a 10-run mercy rule in RBI baseball. And so how did he get around that? Do you know?
Well, in RBI, when you play the computer, you bat in the top half. You're the road team. So you just keep scoring runs, and then the home team or the computer, gets their at bat before the game's over.
So basically, this dude put a 1-inning whooping on him.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's the highest you've ever scored in the top half of the first on RBI?
I think my high might have been about 20 runs is the most I've ever got.
Wow. Cole, do you remember your high?
I think I've worked 19 or 20 on the computer before. On a computer, different deal because they forecast their pitches a little bit. You can get a rhythm going against a computer, but you play against a user, it's just going to be wobble pitches left and right, curves coming out of nowhere. So, based on – go ahead.
And the computer's terrible at defense. Their AI
Absolutely.
is just miserable, so they can't get the ground balls very well.
Yeah, you take a team like St. Louis, you can take full advantage of the computer's defensive struggles and just extra bases every time. So based on the questions that you asked me from a Tecmo Bowl standpoint, where do you think I fit in as far as being a true Tecmo Bowl ninja master?
I think if you came up here to Iowa and played with us, you'd have some game because you obviously have the physical ability and you know some things, but our strategies go way beyond what you know.
Oh gosh.
So the stuff I haven't even posted on the website yet.
Oh, he's got secrets he don't let go.
You'd be a competent opponent, but you would see so much stuff from us, not on offense, but our defenses would just be ridiculous. We'd be Bill Belichick, all game long.
I feel you.
So,
right now, if you and Cole picked up a controller and played, what do you think the score would be? Do y'all have to pick teams to do that?
Yeah, it has a lot to do with the matchup. It does. I think
it does. True. Yeah.
So who would you pick first, or do you want Brad to pick first, Cole?
You pick first. That's fine.
Brad, who would you pick first right now if Cole came up to Iowa?
The Bears are my favorite team.
All right, you're picking the Bears. Cole, who would you pick based off of that?
That's a tough opponent. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a tough opponent,
Right.
but I'm probably going to go Chicago.
So you go Bears versus Bears?
Oh, I can't go Bears versus Bears, so I'll probably go New York. Sorry.
New York.
New York.
So if he went New York versus you, Chicago, what do you think the final score would be?
Based on, we have one rule, well, a couple rules, but
Uh-oh.
only the linebacker position guy can block field goal attempts. So that means you have to score touchdowns on LT. Okay, you can't kick field goals on them. So Cole would have the advantage of being able to get some field goals on us. That's just a tough game no matter what. But I think with the Bears, I could put a couple touchdowns on him. He'd probably block the extra points. So that I'm saying that's like a 12-3 or 12-6 game.
12-3, but he does he score or does he get just 2 field goals on you?
He gets a couple field goals, sure.
12-6.
See, that's my claim to fame here in the office. I've played about 10 games, and I've given up 1 field goal. No touchdowns.
No, you've given up 1 field goal in a game at most. I've scored 2 field goals on you, and Moulton did once.
So I've given up 3 field goals total?
Yeah, but the
That's
most
it.
you've
No
ever given up
touchdowns.
is a field goal in a game.
No touchdowns.
And also on offense, I'm going to exhibit the patience. So when I have that like top wide receiver just going deep, I'm going to let that guy go deep as far as I can. And you're going to have to respect that, follow him off the screen, and then I'm dumping to Walter Payton for big games. So, I'm really going to put you in some unfavorable situations just because I have a lot of patience on offense. I understand, how to play like that.
I like it.
I like the strategy.
Couple quick things before we get out of here.
Sure.
Are you a guru? Do you play any of the new games? Or are you old school only?
Totally old school. The newest system I have is like a Dreamcast.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know,
The old
I didn't know those things
Dreamcast.
worked anymore.
I think I bought stock in the Dreamcast and lost my money. And 2, he sent me some links. Brad, I told him about our fascination with the old NES. He sends me this link, and I'm going to talk to you about it. We're going to call the guy and get him on. It says, my buddy Travis Jensen from Wisconsin, probably one of the most important figures in the 8-bit NES community these days. He's reworked the ROM, game info/data for RBI Baseball. His latest version now has 30 teams as opposed to the original 10 with updated 2011 rosters. His work and dedication is amazing. So you're telling us, does he sell these games or does he tell you how to do it? Or how can we get our hands on a full 2011 RBI Baseball?
I think his website is rbi.us or something like that.
RBIBaseball.us, what you sent me.
Yeah. There's a way that you download his ROMs, and then you can play them online. Now, if you actually want it on a cartridge, there's a guy in Canada with a website called NESreproductions.com. He will take that ROM and for like $40, put it on an actual cart. So you can play it online, but if you want to go all out and have the 2011 Braves, in studio, you can do that too.
That is amazing. So they actually play, just like the new systems, they play RBI Baseball online now.
Yes, they have it set up. I don't do it because I have enough friends around here that we just do the console, but there's quite a few leagues out there right now.
So is there, and I saw you sent me a link to RBI Baseball tournament. Are there any Tecmo tournaments besides like you and your boys, around Iowa? Is there any tournaments?
There isn't an official one for the original. A friend and I, we go to Chicago every summer, and we play 2 guys that come down from Canada. So we're all friends, and it's like a 2 or 3 day event that we just go at it. But it's always just been the 4 of us, really.
So very nice. Y'all starting to create. Well, I needed to get Wheels because we need to get Cole. He's actually going to Chicago next weekend. I wish you guys could drive down and fly over and meet him, and y'all have a Tecmo playoff. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can set it up in the future where we can get a little Tecmo. And Cole, what do you think?
We got to get something set up. Yeah,
12 to 6?
Yep.
Does that fire you up, Cole?
Yeah, but I think the most interesting battle would be, since my team technically is Chicago as well, it's for us to just gentleman's agreement. Neither side takes Chicago, and we play it out from there.
Yep.
Hey man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining the show today, and we'll tell everybody about the website Tecmo Bowl vs RBI.com, and look forward to having you on again soon, man. But we got to figure something out where we can get this Tecmo Bowl tournament rolling.
Yeah, if the zone wants to fly us all down and host it, we'll be more than happy to come down.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, and if you and your buddies want to fly us all up to Iowa, we'll make it happen as well.
Appreciate it, man. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Brad. Keep us updated, man.